recording. Alright, welcome to TougeSW Series 3, Episode 1. I'm going to do a little change up this round. So, on the 19th. So, this is the 6/26/2025. Ignore this date. I'm sorry. One way to really screw up my new freaking episode. I'm calling this is going to be the Drift Talk, the bucket list. So, at least I'm giving it a title now. It's called the bucket list. I'll fix that later. You'll find all the past episodes, and everything on TougeSW.com. I'm live every Thursday night at 10 o'clock p.m. on twitch.tv, Wandering Raven. And and then this gets re-uploaded to YouTube. And if you want to see all the broad stuff that I normally post, like randomly here and there, I have Instagram at Wandering Raven as well. Next. So who am I? I am the Wandering Raven. I'm born and raised here in Las Vegas, cancer survivor. The easiest way to put it is I drift, I hack, I play video games. So you'll see me playing video games here every day at from Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. till 11. And I hack mainly because that's my career. I have also written a book called Vegas Hackware, and basically it's located on VegasHackware.com if you want to check it out. So, yeah, giant book, fun stuff, all that cool things. As I refresh my mouth real quick with some more root beer. We'll get to what is Toge Southwest? Toge Southwest started as a project back in 2011. It was basically I was influenced by a when I was living in Oregon in 2010. I was influenced by a car community called Toge North. It became a really inspiration there. I loved it. I was glad to be a part of it. I was glad to be part of what they also became Oregon Drift up there. We were the ones that actually we as a community introduced PARC Drift to the people over there at drifting to Park at Canby, that all that cool fun stuff. It was fun times, man. 2010 drifting. I was in Oregon. I was trying to drift a Firebird. I picked up my first S12 up in Oregon. Well, Yakima, Washington is where I picked it up, but I had to sell it because 2011 I was pushed out of Oregon. I was held against will because of that, which threatened my life and my career at the same time. I had to leave. So I had no family there. I had no friends that I can actually rely on time to stay somewhere safe and get away from this guy. The only place that I felt safe was coming back to Vegas, where I have or had the family that would help me out. So, I decided when I came back to Vegas, I decided to open up Toge Southwest as inspiration. I wanted to mimic Toge Northwest, bring it down to Vegas. I started doing it the whole Southwest, and but because Vegas has already have a different beast, it was really hard because Vegas is not really a big town at the time. Vegas is seen as a big town mainly because of the Strip, but if you go off the Strip, it's a small town. So just to keep that in mind, and that's why I say it's a different beast. A lot of times, those drift events are mostly California's, or Arizona and stuff like that, Utah. They all come together. Vegas is like a weird little central point for all that. So I kind of lost. Didn't lose interest. I lost motivation to keep going because it's a different beast. It was hard to connect and hard to get back into it. So, but I kept up my. I ended up turning it more into a media slash script vlog, whatnot. I have old posts and everything I have on there, places I've been to, car shows, and direct events, other events, all the cool stuff. And 2019, my mom passes away. Destroyed my life pretty much. And a few days before my mom passes away suddenly, I blew up my car. So I've been drifting since 2010 ish, and all the way until 2019. That's when I blew up my car, my last run in July of 2019. And it's just been really hard to move forward. So it was like, yeah, it became really hard. I was trying to do different things here and there, try to get my mind off of it, but every time I touched the car, it would shatter me. And then a couple years, or last year, actually, yeah, about a year ago, a little over a year ago, I decided to pick this back up. As Toga Southwest, I decided to start. Why don't I just do a talk show podcast about it? We'll bring back the old past in. We'll try to bring Toga Northwest back as a memory. Because it was a fun time. Not gonna lie, I miss Oregon. I would love to go back, but I'm stuck here. But anyways, I decided to start this over. I started it mainly to re-motivate myself again, pick myself up, help myself rebuild my confidence to do this all over again. Um, I've decided to a couple years ago, well, over 10 years ago, I picked up a CA18 DT because I had a friend who had basically just totally built his car, and I spent the time and bought the whole car from him at the time when he had to sell it and do what he had to do. But and now I took that motor, and instead of keeping it aside in different projects, I actually threw it in my V6 car and converted that to the CA18 DET. It's fresh, it's ready. I just gotta I just gotta handle it now. And so yeah, this is pretty much, it became a podcast talk show now. It is my motivation. And of course, I'm always grateful if anybody wants to help or join the talks or anything like that. It it's very motivational, but anyways, let's move forward. Next. So let's give an update. First things first, let's open this up. We have fixed the power issues and it's done. So is it done? There's my status. Yeah, I haven't noticed from my last season. Um, yes, it's done. I have fixed it. It's been done. We are working on this now. So currently found setup ordered lines. So we're doing that. This is cleaned up. So yes, we've done it. Clean. Not shiny, but it's clean. So yeah, we got this. We've done this already. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff done. Um, reinstalled thermostat. That's done. That's done. We're going up the list. Well, we're going through the list. Um, might have to revisit that one because it's been a couple of months, but it's should be all right. I still need to do this. I think I found a solution for that one. So, I'll get to that. I did fix this one. It was loose threads. Um, hmm, verify brake. Yeah, I still got to do all that stuff. Prep an oil change. I still have to do an oil change for it. Technically, I have to do one for my Z now too. Let's see what else we have. I still have this still. So NA revisit later if if modified card doesn't have it. Yeah, whatever. Revisit later. Revisit later. May look into digital gauges. I did order a new tack, so just in case I do. Igniter, igniter done, placed. What else is there? That's all. Yeah, we're going down the list. We are actually going down the list. And setup. So, that's done that. We've done that. I've actually been asking around. There's something I might do. I keep forgetting that this exists. I'm on nicoclub.com. So what I might do is going through this here. I just need the Ford EDIS ignition system set up because that'll actually work with my Megasquirt 2 that I have. I have a Megasquirt 2 on the shelf, and it's a version 3, so I just have to figure out how to set it up. I know there's a certain way I need to set it up, and I still have to get a stimulator just so I can actually make sure it's set up right. But I have to get this. So the list I'll have to get is all the stuff. I might be able to get away with trying to look for it in the junkyard, but yeah, 4 Discords. I would just have to keep a lookout. So the VR sensor and the crank triggers are the passenger side of the motor. The crank. Yeah, see, I need to start going back to the junkyard running again, like once a month. So just so I can look for this. If I find this, I'm gonna go make a score too. And so yeah, it's a small little there. And I don't know. Yeah, before I even touch any of that, because I don't really like. It's missing things here. Pictures, I think. Oh, trigger wheels. I'm pretty sure someone's updated it since 2006. Yeah, that's like an idea. I'm not gonna do it right away. That's why it's not on my list. I don't want to go through that right now. Because Nistune is working. I'm going to have to actually try to figure out. I'm getting to the point I can actually start once I get it back up and running, if I can pull it out of the garage, like pulling it out of the garage, I'm going to start doing it. It's going to be a big step, not going to lie. Alright, so, that being said, let's see. Alright, so I listed down a bucket list here. Oops. Previous. So I listed a bucket list. What does that mean? If you don't know, I'm 45, turning 46 in a couple months. I hate to say it, I'm not getting any younger. So I'm trying my best to get back up and running. I'm trying to do what I can do to move forward, back on the track again. Once I get back on the track again, I'm going to start focusing on basically even if it takes like a month or two, I want to start hitting up different events, every month. If it's not just Vegas Drift, I want to go places like I think Apple Valley's one of them. I know there's one that happens in Arizona often. There's one that happens in Utah often. I want to go to these places. I'm gonna start doing Southwest and start gradually going around. I'd love to get to go what they call Bash to the Future. Let's see if I can pull something like that out. Mid Medford, Oregon. Bash to the Future. Let's see. Fall Fest. Bash. Grassroots drifting north. No, that's 2014. And they still have this going around because I follow them on that. I would love to do stuff like that. I want to get to the point where I can actually attend places like Club Loose. So on the way on the other side of the freaking United States, you know, I've been to over here, up there before. Really cool racetrack, um, but yeah, that's pretty much the bucket list. I want to start doing stuff like that. I want to do like um, I'm gonna have to make a list. I'll have to not just make a list, but I'm gonna by next by my next episode, I should have a small list going from, and from that list, we'll start demonstrating exactly what kind of track layout they have going down, and I'm gonna do some research on it. So this is like an introduction to the bucket list that I'm gonna have this season or this series. Um, in targets that I'm gonna target. Uh, and then hopefully, moving forward, I can get this car running. Once I get it running, and maybe we can start hitting them. Even if I have to rent a truck and trailer it out there. For like a weekend. Yeah. With that being said, that means I'm gonna be cutting things out of my life, like uh, I was doing a lot of DEF CON things and stuff like that. I'm, I'm cutting them loose at the moment. Sad, sad to say like that. Try to cut down on every other aspects on whatnot. Uh, so we'll see how it goes. First things first is getting this car up and running, and but I want to build the list, and we're gonna build a list together, one episode at a time. So, all right. So let's see here. What's left to get me going? So what's keeping me back? Is this part of the talk now? So what's keeping me back right now? Right now it's the power steering. Um, as of tonight, I found the correct setup. I've installed the mount. I have to clean up the power steering. The new lines are here tomorrow, so I can actually install the lines and start prepping where I'm going to install it, and we'll go from there. And then we'll move back up, and I'm going to work on where was it? I'm pulling the old cluster from the Black 12. I have it in my backyard. So according to that, that tack actually worked with the motor. So if it did work with the motor, I'm gonna bring it over and make sure it worked again. And then if once I get that up and going, I have to get gas again because it's out of gas, and should be able to pull it out and refill the coolant levels again. We'll fix. We'll make sure the brake booster is good going because I did find the leak and stopped it. I need to retop it off a little. and still need to plug this hole. I'm gonna have to work on that, and I think I have a solution for that. I need more research, but I think I'm gonna get it. Let's hope with that. And that also covers what I have on top of doing the research of my bucket list of places that I want to drift at. Hopefully in the future I can also get like a page going inside. That would be cool. So this is closing. Like I said, I'm live every Thursday night, 10 p.m. PST, and I'm gonna start bringing new things in. Like the bucket list is going to be one of them, and um, maybe I'll think of new things to bring in too. I know there's probably I probably want to do some more how-tos again. Um, Still scraping through. I'm still doing a script that actually scrapes through the archive.org for Club S12. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scrape all that old stuff that the the web archives or whatever it is, the Wayback Machine can grab for that. And then what I'm gonna do is compile everything together, and then we're gonna pretty much make the whole how-to wiki from that, so it can be like a searchable thing. It'll be super easy to set up, and yeah, that should be fun. Because there's a lot of articles that were in that forum, and it's been offline for months. I have no idea if they're capable of bringing it back. Um, Maybe that one time I should have just dumped the whole database and stored like a backup of it when I could. When there was like when I brought up to the admins about how like an exploit on it, I should have made a backup then. And if I would have done that, then it would have been like something I could have scraped then, and then I don't have to worry about this. But it is what it is. So yeah, I'll just keep on scraping the archives, and I'm going to start building a database for this car. So, well, not my car, but for the whole S12s and all the cool stuff. So, but this is also the time for any questions and answers. If anybody's there with an S12 and you have questions, any drifting related stuff that's happening, or maybe this weekend. I know I don't really cover drifting events yet fully, um, but that's coming. That is coming. I just don't have the time to really throw down all the information, what's happening all the time in the Southwest. I know there's always something going down either in Utah, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, even Southern California, even NorCal. There's always something going down. Um, yeah, that's pretty much all I have. So on that account, I thank you for hanging out. If there's any questions, you can feel free to ask me later on too. I'm always available, DMs wise, anywhere, Instagrams, YouTube, or at YouTube as well. It don't matter. So, anyways, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out, and this should be on YouTube later. Good one. Bye.